Hold on to your hats. The U.S. Supreme Court has said that Texas can go ahead and start rounding up people they think are immigrants who are in the United States without authorization to lock them up and deport them back to Mexico. Texas has passed a law that was signed by Greg Abbott, the xenophobic governor who does not like immigrants. And that law says that Texas law enforcement, so sheriff's deputies, police officers, constables, they can grab people off the street, lock them up, and send them back to Mexico. Smart people challenge that law because it flies in the face of the Supremacy Clause. The Constitution says that only the federal government can deal with things like immigration, and when U.S. Congress has acted on immigration, the states are not free to do their own thing. You can't have all 50 states handling immigration themselves, just like you can't have all 50 states collecting their own taxes or passing their own highways. This is a bedrock principle of federal law that Congress has acted, the states cannot. So people challenge that lawsuit, and the courts ruled in favor of Texas. An appeal was taken on an emergency basis by the Biden administration to the Supreme Court. And yesterday, the Supreme Court decided to not hear the appeal now, to let the Texas law go into effect. So now in Texas, law enforcement is authorized to grab up people that are immigrants or that they think are immigrants who are in the United States without permission, and to lock them up and send them back to Mexico. I think you need to understand how dangerous a situation this is. We have people who are not involved in the immigration process, who don't know federal immigration law. They're going to be out deputized and running around trying to grab up people with brown skin that they think are in the United States without permission and sending them back to Mexico, even if they're not Mexican. This whole plan is ridiculous. It's a stunt. But the Supreme Court, with these Trump appointees and other conservatives on the Supreme Court, have allowed this to go through. It is a travesty of justice. The rule of law means nothing anymore. And these nuts running our Supreme Court are going to let this country fall apart by letting Texas do things like this. It's absolutely ridiculous, and you need to remember to vote. Elections have consequences, and the Democrats need to take back the House, the Senate, the presidency, and we might even need to expand the court. This is absolutely abominable, and I can't believe the Supreme Court just threw out decades and centuries of precedent because they liked the politics of Texas being allowed to grab up brown people.